That feeling before the workout, first bite, the word we say, and the feeling of the body we want to have, the life we want to live, just enjoying. There's a gap, and what we do in that gap is what matters. Wait, not what we do, is how we feel. And guess what that is? It's not the things we do, it's just feeling we experience. Ian, are you ready? Mastering showing up. What is that? 30 seconds. Is it too much? 10 seconds. Is it too much? 3 seconds. 3 seconds of the feeling to live the life, have the body, everything you want. Let's talk about that. In fact, it was interesting. I think it was on Wednesday. I was sitting on the mat 5 minutes before the workout, and I had this, it's always the experience of not wanting to do. Do you know, I was the worst at school with PE. I literally was running from PE. Yeah. That's kind of funny, running from PE. But I was just not wanted to do it so much. But along the life experience of my life, I learned to appreciate fitness. I learned to appreciate movement. And now I can't sit still. That's the feeling of having the energy in the body, that the body likes to move, and really enjoying it. And you know what I started reflecting? It's the same thing with food. It's the same thing with words we say and how we do anything in life. It's, that right before that experience, we often don't even think about it. We just kind of, later. But later is now. We create later by now. So the 3 steps I want us to really reflect on is step number 1 is that feeling before. That feeling, I think where I'm aiming us towards is to separate actions from experiences, from feelings. It's not about what we do, it's about how we feel. So what if I feel, well, if I don't want to work out, I don't like sweating. I don't like pushing my body. And what I know, here's how to tap into that feeling in order to do that thing or have that meal that I know honors my body, or say the words that I know honor who I want to be. I tap into the feeling of long term. That's step 3. Tapping into the feeling and behaving from as if I'm already having the body, living the life, not the person who wants to move, but the person who is moving. When Dyer talks about assume the feeling and behave from the feeling of your wish fulfilled. I love it. Behave from the feeling of your wish fulfilled. It's just so good. So that thing before is not judging ourselves. Obviously we want to have sweet, comfy foods. We don't want to sweat. The body physically don't want the challenge. It's all human being feeling. Or sometimes it just feels good to snap. If you're not feeling good or tired. But number 1 is to really observe. Step 1 is, how does that feel? And as soon as we notice, no judgment, just being curious. As soon as I notice, I tap into the feeling, man, but it feels so good to feel so good. And step 2 is, it's actually still in the step number 1, like before, and I'm talking about mastering showing up. In the book Tiny Habits, he talks about first 30 seconds. First 3 seconds, taking a deep breath before the bite, deep breath before saying the word, and like literally putting my feet on the floor. And right there, one of my fitness class members, he says, just that feeling, knowing that someone is waiting for you, and it's just so true. So I really encourage you, if you're not yet in that place where you're mastering showing up, find someone, find the community, join our wellness community. Oh, I'm so excited. This weekend I created finally the Wellness Vortex model that I've been working with for 8 years, just never really put it together in a very formal way. So please let me know if you want. Just put Wellness Vortex in the comments, and I'll send you the link. So that's that, is really having someone who is waiting or supporting for you, like in the class. We are waiting for each other to show up. So that's really helping with that first step of mastering showing up. Oh, I hear my cat meowing, so cute. So that's step number one, that feeling before and really mastering showing up. 3 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 seconds. I guarantee you will continue, especially with the fitness. You're already doing it. Step two is really such a good, it's like momentum step, is where you start feeling that feeling. It's the most amazing. And that's where it's important, like to really be present, is multitasking kills that experience. But if you're just being present to that feeling, with food is so amazing. Like when you're chewing long enough, you're like starting to love the foods you're chewing. By the way, no matter what you're chewing, we're just so used to the do thing, but we are not used to tap into the emotions, the experiences. With workouts, it's the same way. Just your body actually has this physiology behind it, the oxygen, the blood flow. You literally start feeling better, more energy. And it's important to really be present to that feeling, because that's the feeling that keeps you coming back. Behavior rewarded, it's literally behavior rewarded with those good hormones, happy hormones rising up, behavior repeated. Your brain will ask you for more later. And so that's the important one, is when you're, after you master and showing up, is really have that experience and being into, like being present to feeling that satisfaction. It's all about satisfaction in a habit change process. And the step three, which is interesting, there are two of them that I want to cover. In fact, in my when we talked about the nutrition this month, there was a tool we looked at, is mindful eating, or the eating experiment, where you be curious. So 4 things. They one, what's before, how am I feeling, what am I craving, during, what am I eating, how am I feeling, and then after, there's 2 things. Right after, like 20 minutes, and long term after, 2 hours. But in the step 3, I actually want to really cover like long term, right after, and the long term, not just 2 hours, but your lifetime. That's where I think we're really missing that gap. We don't think about our current steps, that they're accumulation effect of the future, compound effect, money saving, calories, movement. Do it now, you will feel the result later. We are short-term reward and the long-term pain, we don't connect this. How about short-term pain, long-term reward? It's not my words, but I don't think about the pain. I think about, feeling into that future, tapping into that feeling and experience, and acting on it as if it's now, mastering showing up. And that's what happens, is the step number 3. Right after, oh my gosh, you will feel so proud of yourself. All that is in the habit creation is the step number 4, reward, which is connection with satisfaction and happy hormones. That's why it's just, please be present, be proud, celebrate, receive that appreciation. I was writing in my journal, celebration today. We give high fives in our class at the end. Just really embrace that feeling of just being so satisfied, however, whatever other feeling is attached to it. But proud is literally so good. Proud and guilt, they live in the same part of the brain. Here you go. And the final one is the long term after, accumulation effect. Like, think about anything we do, the workouts we do, the money we save, the calories we consume, quantity versus quality. That's different. And it's, everything creates compound effect. And that's all how we live into the life we want. Just remember, it's really 1%. I have my notes. Do you want to see my notes? I like it. They're in the bushes. Okay, so with that said, reminder for us is, there's a gap between how we are in the current moment and the body and the life we want to live with and into. And that gap is, it's not doing, it's really tapping into the feeling of how you want to feel when you live the life, the body you want. tap into that feeling, act on it, master showing up, whether it's 3 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 seconds, and feel that appreciation in the moment of having conversations, of working out, of chewing your food, and important, right after, celebrate your long-term compound effect. Remember, it's 1%. How we do one thing is how we do everything. That's life principle number 10 of Nadia's Vortex. So I wish you all the best. Live the life that you want. It's all up to you. You're the only body you gotta live with for the rest of your life. And please use the people in your community. Find the people who support the same journey you're on, because it's better together. Love you all.